Oof. I needed that this morning after last night, because last night was absolutely crazy. Last night on my main channel, Dawn's Family Vacations, I held my first ever live stream, and it was nerve-wracking. Normally if you're doing one of these live streams, you usually do it with maybe somebody else, and you can interact with each other and you can banter back and forth. But when you're by yourself, it makes it, you kind of have to hold the floor, if you will. And I just have to say, I kept on putting this off and putting it off, because there's a lot involved. First off, again, you have to hold it by yourself, kind of thing. You have to maintain, unless you have somebody with you. You also have to buy certain programs in order to live stream properly. Have to set up your YouTube channel to be able to do things like that, get approval from YouTube. All kinds of things, and even so much as setting up things in your office that you don't normally need to do. Like, for instance, today I'm in my main office at the front of the house. Behind me you can see that I have a big cabinet. Normally that cabinet has nice big solid glass doors on there, but because they reflect everything from the camera, the camera is showing lights and it's showing, screens and everything. So yeah, I couldn't do that because it just looks horrible on camera. So I had to take all my doors off and bring them and store them, and there's a lot involved that you don't think about. Your camera, normally I record my camera using a normal battery, but if you're going to go for an hour, that battery might not last on your camera, so you have to buy the plug that plugs into the wall, the converter, to make your batteries last longer. All the little things that I said, okay, you know what? I don't need to do live stream, and then I basically was making excuses a lot of the times. But let me tell you, I had such a good time last night, and I just want to thank everybody who, if you happened to be there last night. At one point we had 1,650 people online at one time. And I don't know if you've ever been on a live stream that has like a lot of people on it. I watched some big YouTubers out there with millions of followers, and I could just see the live streams going. Well, that's how it was last night. It was all the chat. The chat was going like this, and people throwing super chats and super stickers at me, and all the comments, and it was overwhelming, and it was so humbling at the exact same time. It was a great experience. You would think with 1,600 people at one time that you'd have some like bad actors on there, people causing trouble, trolls doing things. There was nothing. Everybody was so positive, so helpful last night, so encouraging. People were answering each other's questions that I couldn't get to. If you have, in an hour, it's impossible to get to 1,600 people's questions. And if you were on last night, you gave me a super chat or a sticker or a question, and I wasn't able to get to it, please forgive me. I was trying to do my best that I can. I am very, very appreciative of that. It was crazy. It was absolutely, I did not expect that. I was surprised. I said I'm hoping to get anywhere between 300 to 500 people, and before the live stream started, about a half hour, we were at around 50 people. And then at 10 minutes to, we were at about 75 people. And then 5 minutes to, we were at 250 people. I said, okay, well, 250 people, we might hit 300. The live stream started. I'd started my countdown timer for the live stream, which is 3 minutes, where I show a little graphic display and everything. And by the time that graphic display ended, it had jumped from 200 and some to 1,000 in under 3 minutes. It just went like this, and I went, oh no, because I still hadn't started talking yet. But luckily for me, I can chat pretty easily. It was a little bit confusing at the beginning. I had one of my nephews was beside me, Paul, and he was trying to feed me questions. But the program that we're working on, it's like a delay. So if I actually went on YouTube and was watching on YouTube, there's like a 15-second delay for the live stream compared to what I see on my program. But the program is where we have to do things. So if he wants to put up a question, and that like I had him spotting the questions and that for me, so I could look at the camera and not at the screen. So he would click on a question, it would pop up on the screen for me, but then I would have to take control of the mouse and scroll down to do anything else on the program at the same time. And then when we go back to the comments, all of a sudden, all these comments, it's at a new place, it's disappeared, and we're way behind. And so at the beginning, we got a little confused. For next time, we figured out that I can log in under my same account name twice. So I can have him as a guest, actually, and I didn't know that. And nowhere under the programming's information on how to set up and everything does it ever say you can bring in a guest under your name to help you. So that's going to make things so much easier because I have two big screens here in front of me. And we can put one on this screen, one on this screen. I can control this screen. He can control that because I have a system already that I can operate two mouse at the same time. Would it be mouse or mice? Still think it's mouse. Mouses? But either way, the live stream went great. I'm still overwhelmed. I was so hyped up after the live stream last night, couldn't get to sleep. I was up pacing, and finally I decided, well, if I'm up and I can't get to sleep, I might as well get on the rowing machine. And I got on my rowing machine and I rowed for about 45 minutes. And this morning I broke the 192 barrier. I'm at 191.9. So I'm on that way to getting below that 190, an official 25-pound weight loss. Yeah, I can't wait. That means 10 more pounds to go. That's going to be the hardest, but it was so far, just a fantastic weekend. Fantastic weekend. I'm so glad it went well. I'm glad there was no power failures. I'm glad the camera worked. I'm glad the microphone picked me up. All these things you don't know until you actually go live for the very first time. And I'm appreciative to everybody helping me on the live stream. I had Tony from La Lita Loca was there helping me moderate. My nephew Mark was there. My nephew Paul was there. My niece Angelina was there. My sister was there. My son was there. So yeah, we had a lot of people, but they said they had hardly anything to do but say hi and talk to people because nobody was being rude or nobody was being obnoxious. Everybody seemed overwhelmingly positive. And I have to say that just, to have a community like that that's always been here supporting me on and through all my hard times and my cancer. And I mean, at one point in this channel, when I first started to blow up a little bit on the Don's Family Vacations, I was going through my worst cancer treatments at the time. I had blotches all over my face. My eyes were like this, like all puffed up. I was bald. I had lost all my hair. I was not a runway model, let's put it that way, by no means. And I still got tons of, you could do it, stay with it, and that kept me going through a lot of the worst times of my life. I haven't shared that on this channel yet, on the other channel too much. At the exact same time that I got diagnosed with cancer and was going in for my very first surgery, where they told me it's like a 50-50 chance you might not get up from the table. That day, my girlfriend at the time was being buried. She had passed away the week earlier. and she's being buried in another province, and I couldn't go. So yeah, you want to talk about a low point in your life. That's where I was. And the people here just kept me going, kept me concentrating, just filled me with hope. And I hope that in some small way, I can do that for people, either through this channel, my other channel, talking to people when I meet them, anything I can do like that. So I will talk a little bit more about things like that in the future, a little bit about what happened with her. It's still very hard to talk about. It's 5 years now, almost 6. But yeah, it was a low point. But man, had it not been for everybody else out there, it would have been a lot rougher time for me. So hey, it just goes to show you never give up, right? Well, I think that's going to be it for today. I just wanted to say thanks anybody. If you were on this live stream last night, thank you for being there. Thank you for your support on this channel. And I hope I'm in some small way entertaining you in at least a little bit. Well, until next time, guys, well, I guess I'll see you in one of the other videos.